Hi, boys and girls. Yesterday, we read one of my favorite stories, Dinner Sid by Inga Moore. And this was a story that falls under the category of animal fiction. It could be realistic fiction because it could happen that there's a cat in the neighborhood that jumps from house to house and eats different meals. But it was fiction. It wasn't a real story, but it was about an animal. So that makes it animal fiction. When I go back and I look at Dinner Sid, sometimes remember when we read, it's fun to go back and just look at the pictures. That's a neat way to retell the story. The pictures can also help us when we're reading. If we don't know a word or we're not sure what that page is about. I really like how the author showed us at each house how Sid was eating dinners, how Sid traveled to the vet, how Sid liked to be scratched, the attention that he received. If you'd like, you can go back to yesterday's lesson. You can fast forward and you can listen to me read it again. What I need you to pull out today is your paper from yesterday before you read Dinner Sid. And you wrote about what makes your stomach hurt, some of your favorite meals. These are things that you can share with somebody at home or in your class. We're going to flip over to the other side today. And question number 1 on this side said, select 3 sentences that describe Sid. Sid had to work hard for his dinners. Sid is a picky eater. Sid really loves to eat. Sid has many people who love him. Sid likes to travel to new places. What 3 sentences do you think describe our fictional character, Sid? Go ahead and check off or put an X or a highlight in the 3 that you think describe Sid, our fictional animal fiction cat. These are what I chose. I chose that Sid had to work hard for his dinner, that Sid really loved to eat, and Sid had many people that loved him. I knew that in this story because one of the things that it told me was that Sid lived at 6 different houses. It told me at all 6 different houses, Sid ate different food. So he wasn't picky. He would eat liver, he would eat fish, he would eat stew. He wasn't a picky cat at all. It also told me that he liked being scratched in 6 different places. This tells me that the people really loved Sid. And the other thing that I like about what this author showed me is at each house he had a job to do, or he behaved in a different way. So he did work hard for his dinner, whether he was getting scratched and being loved, or he was getting into mischief, or if he was catching some mice. Question number 2. Read the following sentence from the story. Sid had 6 different names to remember and 6 different ways to behave. Explain how this sentence proves the story Dinner Sid is fiction. I would start out with, it is fiction because. Go ahead and pause the video and fill that in. It is fiction because. I would have put it was fiction because 6 had 6 different names. So a cat might not actually live at 6 different houses. Or a cat might not know to go live at 6 different houses with 6 different names and 6 different types of food. I don't think that a cat really would go to 6 different houses on purpose and know to act a different way at each one and know that name. I do think an outside cat might travel around, but I don't think the outside cat intentionally would know that and would then go to that house and act like that cat. When he was Bob, he had to act a certain way. Or when he was Scaramucci, he had to act a different way. Number the sentences below in which they happened in the story. Each night he would visit all 6 houses and have 6 dinners. Sid was taken to the vet with 6 different people. The owner said, in the future, Sid would only have 1 dinner a day. So he went to live on Pythagoras' place. The cat caught a nasty cough. The vet became suspicious and called all of the owners at once. So there were 6 things here that happened. We want to number them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happened first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th? So let's see if you can fill those in, and go ahead and pause if you need to. Kind of tricky. You really have to take your time on those. This is what I chose. Number 1, I said what happened first was each night he would visit all 6 houses and have 6 dinners. Number 2, he caught a nasty cough. Number 3, Sid was taken to the vet with 6 different people. Number 4, the vet became suspicious and called all of the owners at once. Number 5, the owner said in the future Sid would only have 1 dinner a day. And number 6, so he went to live on Pythagoras' place. That would tell us the sequence of events of the story. Number 4, do you think animals could really behave like Sid in the real world? Use text evidence to prove your opinion. So down here you're going to write yes or no. Do you think yes, I think animals in the real world or even in your neighborhood could act this way because, and you could go back to the story and cite an example. Or do you want to say, no, I don't think animals in my neighborhood could do that because, and you could go back and find some evidence in the story. So for example, I could say, yes, I do think this could really happen. And a cat could get sick and he would go to the vet and the vet would call all of the owners. Or you could say, no, I don't think this would happen in the real world. I don't think that a cat could go to 6 different houses and actually remember his name in every house and act a certain way. That's just something that I made up. You might agree or disagree with that. Or you might have another example from the story that you would like to give. Remember that you're going to write in a complete sentence, end with a period, and what might happen if a cat got 6 doses of medicine? Might they get sick? Something to think about. So go ahead and you can finish that answer and share with someone at home or in your class. I hope you enjoyed 6 Dinner Sid.